Hi there, my name is Ehtisham Kazi and you are watching Educational Wisdom YouTube channel. This is part 2 of the explanation of the poem A Teenager's Prayer from Maharashtra State 10th Standard English subject. We have covered 3 stanzas in that video. Link to that video is given in the description. If you have not seen part 1, then watch it before proceeding. Now in this video, we will cover remaining 2 stanzas and the questions of English workshop. So let's start. I will read both the stanzas first. Help Lord to just say no when temptation comes my way, that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. When my teenage years are over, I know that I will see that life is lived its very best with you walking next to me. We have covered the rhyming words and rhyme scheme of these stanzas in first video. Now I will explain the stanza. Look into your books or you can look at the screen also. Help Lord to just say no. The speaker in the poem has started the prayer to the God from the 3rd stanza. And now he is continuing the prayer and tells the God, asks the God to help him. Help to just say no. Why does the speaker want to say no? Because he says, help me to say no when temptation comes my way. What do you mean by temptation? A strong wish to do something bad or wrong. Man has some tendency of doing something bad or wrong. Sometimes this tendency comes to the man, but the speaker is asking the God for help. Whenever he feels temptation or whenever temptation comes his way, he should say no. And the speaker by himself cannot say no. How can he say no to temptation? If the God helps him. That's why he is asking the God to help him to say no when temptation comes his way. Also, he is asking the God in the 3rd line, that I might keep my body clean and fit for life each day. Oh God, help me to keep my body clean and fit for life each day. Each and every day I must keep my body clean and fit. And he is asking the help from the God to do this. Now let's see question. Margin space has the question, how should one react to temptation? How should a person react to temptation? It is very simple. It is given in the 1st line. What the speaker is asking the God. He is asking the God to help to just say no. So, every person should treat the temptation in the same way. Every person should react to temptation in the same way. How? By just saying no. So this is the answer. One should say no to temptation. Next question. In what condition does the poet wish to maintain his body? It is also very simple. The poet wished to maintain his body clean and fit. The speaker wishes to keep his body clean and fit for life each day. This is the answer. Now the last stanza. When my teenage years are over, I know that I will see. The speaker wants to see his life, wants to see his teenage years. The speaker wants to see that his life is lived its very best. How? With you walking next to me. The teenager, the speaker wants that God should walk next to him. Means God should help him in each and every step, and his life of teenage should be lived its very best. This is also a prayer of the speaker to the God. Now see the questions. What effect does the speaker wish to see in himself at the end of his teens? We have studied it just now. The speaker wishes to see that life is lived in its best way with God walking next to him. Last question. Whose company does the poet wish for in the walk of life? It is also very simple. The poet wishes the company of God in the walk of life. So in this way we have completed the explanation and the margin space questions of this poem. Now come to page 4 of your textbook. English workshop questions start from here. Question 1 is, choose the correct alternative and complete the given sentences. A. According to the poet, dash are brought by each new day. There are two options, new beginnings or new endings. First line of the poem tells the answer of this question, that is new beginnings. B question is, we must decide to take the road which leads to dash. We must decide to take the road which leads to great distress or success. What should we decide? We should decide to take the road that leads to great success. Question C, the poet prays to the Lord to help him stand for what is dash. The poet is asking the God to help him to stand for what? Might or right? Stand for right. D question, the poet wants to see that his teenage years have been the dash years of his life. Worst year or best years? No one wants the years of life as worst years. But our poem also tells us that he wants his years to be best. So the answer is best. Question 2, find and write the pairs of rhyming words from the poem. We have already covered it while explaining the stanzas. Question 3, what is the rhyme scheme? We also covered the rhyme scheme. Question 4 is figure of speech, matching the figure of speech with the lines given from the poem. We have already seen the apostrophe and inversion and metaphor and alliteration also. So question 5, elements of planning an interview. This question deals with the writing skill question, so we will cover it later. Question 5 and 6. Question 7 is appreciation of the poem. I have already uploaded a video of appreciation of each and every poem of 10th English book. If you haven't seen it yet, I will give its link in the description. You can see appreciation and you can understand, and also you can learn it by heart. Question 8 is, compose a short prayer in English asking God to guide you in your teenage years. Preparing short prayer, it also comes in the writing skill. We will cover it later. Question 9. Look around in your vicinity, your family, friends, neighbors, classmates, etc. and write about any 4 teenagers who have made a name for themselves by doing something extraordinary. It's simple. Write the name of any family member who has done some extraordinary things, but he or she must be a teenager. Then in the third column, write the special or extraordinary task or things that he or she has performed. For example, you can write, my brother took part in singing competition, or he or she has won the medal in swimming, etc. In this way you can complete this table. So I hope you are understanding the poem and the explanation, and you will be able to write the answers of these questions. So homework for you or suggestion from me is to write the answers of these questions in your notebook. Let's meet in the next topic.